back of his lap. Again, about 8 times his body weight as he's forced into cockpit. Stands hard on the right rudder, up and over the top, going around. The hammerhead stall turn as he lines back and goes down alongside his float to re-energize and get lined back up in the aerobatic box. The aerobatic box is a 5,000 square foot box over the gravel pit over here, which is where our aerobatic pilots have to stay. That gives them a safe separation from you, our valued air show fans, should there be an issue with the aircraft or the engine. The airplane stays over a sterile area, so in case there were an issue, no part of that airplane or the engine could reach you, our fans. Now keep in mind, this is an open cockpit. There's no windshield wipers, and there's no heater. If you'd like to go for a ride in an airplane like this, our beautiful blue and yellow cadet trainer here will be flying rides throughout the weekend. That's what Mark's airplane looked like in stock configuration with a 220 horsepower Continental engine and a fixed pitch wood propeller. Marcus has a 450 horse radial engine built by Pratt & Whitney instead of the 220 Continental. And instead of the fixed wood pitch prop, he's got that big constant speed prop that you hear making all that racket as the propeller tips go supersonic. Get your cameras ready from the right, from Marana, Arizona, Marcus Payne! Frank showed you what air shows were like in the 50s and the 60s. Well, Marcus just showed you what they were like in the 40s and the 50s. A lot of smoke, a lot of noise, and big biplane aircraft. Now, what the smoke is we have some smoke, it's oil that has a high flash point. We inject that into the hot exhaust pipe so it turns to smoke instead of fire. It's a biodegradable mineral-based product that dissipates back into the environment, so even the Greenpeace can't complain about what we're doing there. Does not harm the environment. From the left, room number 5, from Marana, Arizona, and Valdez, Alaska, Marcus Payne. Now you figure he teaches unusual attitude training in Arizona. This is in Alaska. This is a great day of flying for him.
There is a light blue Genesis coupe in the parking lot with its lights on. License 6 looks like TDY 279 or 299. So that in the parking lot again, the light blue Genesis coupe with the lights on.
Okay, from the right, coming down the runway right now, Marcus Payne, the 450 Super Steerman. Well, there's Genesis Coupe with great cars. I don't know how they all have a head battery though. I don't know, they're great little cars. First of all, I like the ice blue one. That's one of my favorite colors on them. So, great car, but I don't know about the battery. So you might want to get out there and turn your lights off. Yeah, that 9 volts not going to help. If you've got a Genesis coupe, right there, turn your lights off. Yeah, this is a great airport, folks. You guys have a crew gym right here in your backyard. If you're not taking advantage of all the resources that we have, he loved going down to that pit. He said he got to do it yesterday in training. Okay, let's see where he pops up. And there he comes up on the side. That is a gravel pit. It's a rock quarry over there. One of the original rock quarries like this ground used to be prior to Maud Dewey Cable turning into this wonderful airport that still survives 70 years later. This is the 40th anniversary of the show, the 70th anniversary of the airport, the most successful, longest running privately-owned airport in the United States, being torn up by Marcus Payne. Again, winter months, Tucson, Arizona, and summer months up in Alaska. A 450 horse radial engine on it. It'll burn about 25 gallons of fuel per hour. mentioned earlier, the big secret to a steerman was they would get a BT-13 surplus after the war. They would take the 450 horse engine, the constant speed prop, the bigger wheels and brakes, and the instruments out of them. They would put those in the steerman, and that's how they made the super steerman or the crop dusters that were so predominant up and down the state. Or actually all over the country, I should say. At 90, it cruises at 90, it dives at 90. It doesn't do anything faster than 90 miles an hour. You add a 450 to it, like what Marcus has here, and as you can see, it makes quite the hot rod out of a big, bulky biplane. Yeah, it probably still does 90, only it's got an awful lot of muscle behind it when it does now. Training the Cuban Air Force, he started to do a loop and he realized he was too low and he botched the maneuver. So instead of finishing the loop and hitting the ground, on the 45-degree down line, he rolled out just as Marcus did there. Okay, when the Cubans said, oh, that was interesting, we've never seen it before. What was that? Thinking quickly, thought, I'm training the Cubans. He named it the Cuban 8. It's otherwise known as a horizontal 8. That he just did right there. If you do a full Cuban 8 with a horizontal 8 laid down and you've got a nice beautiful sky and no wind, it'll draw a big snowman or a number 8 laying on its side. Going vertical up and over the top again, looking around that huge top wing of the super steerman, the PT-13. Again, this cool wet weather like this makes nice thick air for the wings to bite into. The wings create a lot of lift, the practice on the bite, and it makes a lot of power. Just the opposite if you get an airport like we do the Truckee air show. 4th of July weekend up in Truckee, Tahoe, it's dry and it's high. The air is thin, that means the wing creates less lift. The propeller creates less bite or thrust, and the engine creates less power because the air is thinner all the way around. So high hot, thin air is not good. Cool air like this at sea level, the airplanes absolutely love it, as you can see by Marcus's performance here today. Okay, again, there's no landing flaps on this airplane, so when he gets ready to land, he's going to have to side slip it down. I don't think he's planning on landing on this pass. Get your cameras ready, smoke on one more time, the 450 horse Super Steerman. Environmentalists, don't worry, this smoke is environmentally friendly. It's a mineral-based oil. The smoke will dissipate back into the environment. Yeah, that's cannabis oil, not cannabis oil. Yeah, and trust me, when you're flying an aerobatic routine and you fill your cockpit up with this, you don't get high from it. It's not good. Smoke on one more time. The 450 horse Super Steerman, Mr. Marcus Payne. Side slipping it through. Get your cameras ready, folks. Here you go. Sound on the propeller tips going supersonic and creating mini sound barriers that sonic booms as they break the sound barrier. What do you think, from LA or something? Flip-flops and community shirts? It's winter at home, Jason.